Now that you have your expense line items all in for the week, you will need to upload the receipts that go along with them. The first question is, do I have to submit a receipt for every line item of my expense report? Well, we are happy to say that the answer is no. You don't have to have receipts to attach to every single expense item in your report. The 3 items mentioned here are specific items that do not need receipts, namely your connectivity allowance. That's typically a $75 a month allowance that you're given for internet and other access. That does not need a receipt. Also, when you are working on per diem contracts, you will be out of pocket for the expenses that are covered by the per diem. You will submit them on your expense report to be reimbursed to you, but you do not have to submit receipts because that's the nature of a per diem. So to repeat, per diem, we recommend that you not charge those expenses that are covered by per diem to the company credit card, but rather go out of pocket for those expenses. Then submit them on your expense report as reimbursable to you, and you don't have to upload receipts. And finally, tips also would be exempt from needing receipts. Also note on this slide that we have a recommended naming convention for your receipt attachments. This is going to be easily followed if you're scanning several receipts on a page and scanning it into a PDF document and uploading it to your expense report. So the recommended convention to name those PDFs would be the expense report date, the project, and the email name. However, we want to note that we are not going to be enforcing this naming convention for the attachments to your expense report because many consultants use various mobile devices for taking photos of their receipts while they're on the go. And it would be onerous to require a naming convention for every one of those receipts. So again, it's recommended if you're doing a bulk file upload, but if you're doing individual receipts, do whatever works for you. Remembering that our clients are looking at most of our receipts, it is important not to show them any receipts for which they are not being billed, such as non-billable meals or alcohol if purchased separately from a standard meal receipt. That is why the non-billable meals receipts should be grouped and uploaded separately to the respective receipt items in the expense report. You can attach multiple files to one receipt line of your expense report using the receipts view. So to demonstrate how to do this, here we have an employee's expense report, and this is just the top view of the actual report for the week. So we're actually going to click in, and when you click in, it will bring you to the worksheet view. Now, the worksheet view, you can't attach documents from this view. So you're going to have to navigate back to the receipts view. So this is a reminder on the terminology in OpenAir. OpenAir, when it uses the word receipts, it's talking about the individual line items of an expense report, regardless of how you got them in there through the receipts view or the worksheet view. Each line item is called a receipt in OpenAir terminology. At Strata, we use receipts and attachments interchangeably to refer to the actual pictures of the supporting documents that are uploaded and attached to expense reports. So just wanted to clarify the terminology there. Now, what you need to do is you need to pull up a representative line item or receipt from your report to attach your documents to. And so we're going to go into this line item, and we go down, navigate down to the bottom where there are attachments, and you can see that for this particular project, this employee has a non-billable attachment. Well, we have gone into a billable line item, so we're going to bring in the billable attachments first and save. Now we have 2 other attachments. We have our SIG attachment and we have our non-billable client-related attachment. So we're going to go into the client non-billable line item, and we're going to choose the non-billable attachments and upload those and save. And finally, we have our SIG internal project that there was a receipt for. So here we browse to the Strata Information Group line item, and we're going to go down and add our attachment as well and save. So now in summary, you can see that we have 3 lines that have attachments, and our report is ready to submit.